The Lions and the Seahawks are facing off tonight for our Week 4 Monday Night Football showdown. Right now, we're joined with NFL analyst Joe Gavassi to get his free picks on the game. Here's the first thing that pulls me with the Seahawks in this game, Joe. Matt Stafford, quarterback for the Lions, of course. He's 0-19 against the spread in road games against opponents that finished over 500 in the previous season. That's an unreal stat for me, Joe. Plus, the Lions have looked pretty terrible so far this season. I see no reason why we should back them tonight against a Super Bowl runner-up. What's your take on the side here, Joe?
I had no idea about that number. That's a great stat, Megan. I'm going to have to keep that one. You know, Matt Stafford is pretty bad. And in fact, as you pointed out, that was the worst of his numbers. Boy, it sure looks like we should be on the Seattle Seahawks here tonight, and we're going to side with them, but certainly nothing strong. We do come in here winning 3 of the first 4 Monday Night Football games, and this is probably the weakest of the opinions, in no small part because it looks like such an obvious side. Everybody by now knows that Seattle does their best at home after a home game, 20-5 against the spread in that role, including a perfect 9-0 if they're facing a sub-500 team. So that adds even more credence to the public's love of this side. And of course, they just witnessed the Seahawks bury a Chicago team 26-0 last week, and now they think the Seattle Seahawks are back in stride. Detroit owned 3 straight up in ATS, but remember, the other 3 teams in that role yesterday all won the game straight up, of course, in more competitively priced games than is this one. Lions just a shell of their former selves from last year when they had the best rushing defense in the league. Now they're being outrushed, and among all other things, have Matt Stafford at quarterback. Seattle will miss running back Lynch tonight, who's not expected to play with a hamstring, and that may cut down some of their overland dominance. Still, in all, I side with the Seattle Seahawks in this one. Certainly nothing strong at a double-digit price.
All right, now, Joe, the total for this game is at 43, booked wide, and I certainly don't see Detroit scoring very many points in this game. I think I like the under here, Joe, but I'm sort of bouncing back and forth here because the last 5 matchups, 4 of them went over the total between these two teams. Do you see any value with the total here tonight?
I do not. We've had a very good year in NFL totals as well, but I wouldn't know which way to go here on this one. I know it's Monday Night Football. Everybody wants an opinion, but the strength of being a sports bettor is that we control when we bet, how much we bet, and on who we bet. We don't have to bet a game to be a winner.
NFL analyst Joe Gavassi, thanks again for joining us before the Insight.